Okay, good evening and welcome to Iyun with Benzion, Kesubos, Kuf Aleph, 101. Really, this sheer focuses on Kuf Amud Beis, 100b, the Mishnah over here, but the Mishnah is explained in the Gemara, or part of it's actually not even mentioned in the Gemara, which is quite conspicuous. Mishnah says on the bottom of Kuf Amud Beis, three ladies, a woman, she got married when she was young. She has no ksuba. Shnia is an erva, midrabanan, right? Misachas Yevamos talked about certain women that are not usher from the Torah, they're usher midrabanan to be together with. An islandess is a lady that is incapable of having a child. She doesn't develop like a regular woman. So the reason the Gemara says, it seemingly says, is because of Mechaktos, you didn't know she was an islandess. Like the Mishnah continues, if you knew she was an islandess, then she does have a ksuba. Not only are they not entitled to a ksuba, which basically is the monam asayim, the $100 or $200, which is the standard payment for a ksuba, also the takanas derabanan they made for the woman in the marriage should get fed, she should get sustenance, she should get payros, really means to be redeemed for the payros, blows, right? One of the benefits of the nichsa of the ksuba, right? She gets buried for her ksuba. It really means the burial. That's what it really means. All these things are not applied. Both the raisas and the rabbanans don't apply. It's not a marriage. However, the Mishnah ends off Almana l'kohen gadol. However, in the case of Almana l'kohen gadol, Grusha l'kohen kohen hedya, mamzeres in Yisrael l'Yisrael, bas Yisrael and Austin l'mamzer, yeshem ksuba. If you violate an Isra D'Oraisa, right, even though a Shnia is only Isra D'Rabbanan, that's Isra D'Rabbanan. There's no Ksuba. Both Midoraisa and both Midorabanan. However, you marry an Alman Kohen Gadol, a Kohen Gadol marries someone who's not a Psula, or a Kohen marries a Grusha, which is an Isra in the Torah, or a Jewish person marries a Yisrael, a kosher Yisrael marries a Mamzer, or a Mamzeres, marries mamzeres, or a Israeli, is a Jewish woman, marries a mamzer. Now, these are things which are asim midaraisa. Liyav mamzer b'kal Hashem, isha grusham isha lo yikach. You can't do this in midaraisa. Nonetheless, yesh lehem ksuba. For some reason, they have a ksuba. Hard to understand why they have a ksuba. If an erva shnia, this is really the question. A shnia, which is only a rabbanan, right, to be together, they don't have a ksuba. Not the manam asayim, not any of the things that are abundant in the marriage. These things, which also be the raisa, they have a ksuba. Now, okay, so it says they have a ksuba. What about all the takanas that are abundant? Mizonos, pirkona, right, kvurasa, she entitled to those also. So, first of all, the Gemara never addresses the end of the Mishnah. It doesn't talk about the fact that Yeshem ksuba. It doesn't explain why she would have a ksuba. In terms of her getting those things, getting the other thing, the takanas midar abanan, that is also not discussed, but the Rishonim do discuss this. The Rishonim, what does it say over here? Yeah, it says, footnote number 31 on 100b4, regarding whether these women receive the other exclusive benefits mentioned in the first part of the Mishnah. See Ron here, rush to 101b. I didn't look at these things. I don't have time to look at these things. Daf Yomi. So I'll tell you what I think. Maybe it probably concurs with you. It seems maybe it's Malchus, Rush, and Ron. My opinion will concur with one of them. In my opinion, they do get these things, the Yesher and Ksuba. And if they have a Ksuba, which I'm going to explain in a second, is Doraisa, even the Doraisa Ksuba, which I've explained many times, there is such a thing as Doraisa Ksuba. Even if you hold Ksubas in the Rabban, it's Malchus, Chachamim, Shemon Leal, Ksuba Doraisa, Ksuba Rabban, and everyone agrees. In principle, in theory, the real principle ksuba is doraisa. The question is whether midoraisa they made a shibud also on your nechassim or not. That's the one of the doraisa. That's machlokas. The shimon shedach stakana was that doraisa the rabbanon. We pass on that's the rabbanon. Shibud not doraisa. We don't pass on like Shalom Leo. Therefore, you collect from ziburis for ksuba. So I'm going to explain it's really doraisa. So if they have doraisa, certainly they have their rabbanon. There's the rabbanon benefits of marriage. If they have the doraisa benefits of marriage, they have their rabbanon benefits of marriage. So they're completely opposites. A shnia, right, doesn't have anything. However, if you violate this doraisa, then you get everything. So what's going on over here? The answer is like this: is that the Israel Amal Kohen Gadol Grush V'Chlutz Kohen Hedya Bas Israel Le Mamzer and Mamzeres the Israel. These things, even though they're Isra Daraisa, but the phrase of the Torah is Lo Yavo Mamzer B'Kal Hashem Lo Yikach. Right? These Isras are marriages. The Torah didn't want them to be married. The Isra is to be married. Now, as I mentioned, the Ksuba, the principle, 100 of the Ksuba, the reason there's a Chi of Midarais of a Ksuba, according to everybody, is that the reason you're paying a Ksuba is for the right to be Bo'al the woman, right? That's why a Psula is double the price. She's a new woman, right? A Ba'ula is a used. She's used. She's anything that's been used goes down half the value. So she only gets a Ksuba of 100. So you're paying for her virginity as you're paying, or you're paying for, by an almana, at least the right to be together with her. That's worth $200 or $100 by an almana. So that's midoraisa. That's what it says in the Torah that no is mafate, right? Kimor absulos. That's what the reason they have to pay 50 slime, which equals $200 for absula. An onus has to pay that, and a mafate has to pay that, is because they took away their virginity. That's the midoraisa, what you're paying for. It's the deal, That's the going rate. That's the Torah says, the going rate. So you can give extra, but that's really the going rate. It doesn't cost that much, does it? I mean, so. You want to get married to a lot of ladies, it's going to cost you a lot of money. So, Torah Rahman, the Torah says that's the fair value of a woman. Anyway, if you interpret it $200, it'll be $200, or any of the currency wherever you are. Discuss that different time. We discussed it, and we'll discuss that more. But so Amal Kohen Gadol and Mamzer Yisrael, the Yisrael is the marriage, because the Torah doesn't want people to be married. A Kohen Gadol, it's disgraceful for a Kohen Gadol to marry an almana, to be married to almana, the state of being married to them, right? Living together, being married, right? Mamzera should be married to Yisrael. These are Israel marriages. So the Israel is not on the Bia, right? I'm going to say a big chiddush over here. I believe that if Yisrael has Bia with a Mamzeres, or a Mamzer has Bia with the Israelis, that would not be in Israel. That would not be a violation of Lo Yavu Mamzer B'Kal Hashem. Not marriage, right? And similarly, Kohen Gadol would have bia with an almana. I don't know if they'd be over on the Isra D'Oraisa of Lo Yikach, right? Psula almana Lo Yikach, or it says by Kohen Grusha Lo Yikach. That's not an Isra D'Oraisa. The Isra is the marriage. So therefore, they have a Ksuba Midoraisa because the bia is not forbidden. The bia is allowed, and that's what you're paying for, the virginity. So, or the right to be bo'aler. So that's intact Midoraisa. So I'm going to change course. I made a mistake before. Now I'm going to say, of course, that the Takanas Derabanan of Mizonos and to redeem her and Kfurasa, those are all based on Nisuin, marriage, of living together, of Kinyan Nisuin, when you carry her across a threshold into your canopy bed. So that is marriage. So I'm going to switch what I said. That they don't have. And Amal Kohen Gadol, that's obvious they don't have, because they can't be married together. The Shnia, though, right, it's an Isser Arayos. Arayos, the Isra is the Bia, right? When you any Erva, your sister, your mother, your grandmother, these whatever the Arayos are, those are all Isra Bia. You can't be together with them, right? That's what Erva is. Gila Ervasa. So the Arayos Derabanan, the Shnios, were based on the Arayos Del Raisa. So the Rabbanan said, with the chizuk of an Isra Rabbanan, that you can't be bo'aler. You can't be bo'aler, so there's no ksuba. The whole ksuba is based on, I have the right, I'm buying the rights to be bo'aler. But she consented to a bia that's usher, so I'm not buying rights. I don't have the rights to this, technically. According to the Torah, according to the Rabbanan, I don't have the rights to this. So there's no ksuba over here. And of course, there's no, and of course, obviously, kosher game, they can't be married, because when you're married, you're always being bowl each other. So therefore, all the takanas Rabbanan don't apply. So that's the chiddush. Shnia doesn't have, because she's an erva and Israel is bia. They don't have even the money, the chamim, even though it's only Rabbanan, they were oker the ksuva d'oraisa, because that's what they said. They said it has the force of an erva. So therefore, it's Israel bia. So I'm not buying the rights. I can't buy. Torah says I can't. The Rabbanan says I can't buy the rights to her virginity or to the almana to be together with her. I can't buy it. So there's no ksuba, both min deraisa, and certainly not the Rabbanan. That's what I have to say about the matter. I hope you enjoyed it. It's really eye-opening. Shir. See you in the next one.